Hi, Dan. It's KUHS The Stream. It's Paul Chavis, Mr. International, live for this New Year's, what is it, 2026? It's going to take a while to get that on the checkbook. How you doing, Denver? How you doing, world? I hope you're all doing okay. Evening, morning, night. We've got a beautiful day outside right now, and we interrupt this show to bring you a very, very special announcement. You know, with New Year's, you get new resolutions, and a lot of it probably you want to delve into is your money. And with us, we've got Guy Lucero from Primerica here in the house. I want to introduce him he's been advertising with us here for just a little bit, and he's actually been on the show already once, and he's on again with us today. Hey, Guy, how you doing, brother?
Hey, good morning, Paul.
How you doing? Good to see
I'm
you.
doing amazing, man. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, my man.
Yeah.
So, Guy, as you know, we have a lot of the mutual friends, and we're talking about Facebook and how, man, it's almost like an obituary these days on Facebook, because we've got a lot of our friends and relatives just checking out, and a lot of them don't check out on a good note.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to be here, guys. Happy New Year. You know, with New Year comes, you talked about resolutions, Paul, right?
Yes.
So most people make resolutions, but you guys ever heard of Quitter Friday?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, it's like the second Friday of the new year. Everybody quits going to the gym.
Oh,
they give up on all their resolutions. They quit before they get a chance.
Right.
You know, the problem is they don't really have a plan. Right? Without a plan, you're just bound to fail. Would you agree?
I agree.
And that's the challenge, guys. So I'm excited about, this is our second show we've done. I'm really excited about sharing some great information. And I hope you guys get something out of this today, because it's all designed to really provide the education that we're all missing when it comes to money. I think we could all agree when it comes to money, we don't understand money, right? We know how to make money, we know how to spend money, but we don't know how to do the right things with our money, right? So this is where I'm going to focus on today. We're going to really talk about a very important aspect of building a great financial plan. So we're going to build a financial house today, okay? And we're going to talk about, something that isn't really a sexy, topic. And it comes down to life insurance, right? And we're going to talk about how to build your financial house, but you got to protect your wealth as you build it, okay? So we're going to start with this concept of building your financial house, okay? Now, let's talk about this, guys. What do you think the most important asset in building your financial house is? Most people don't really know how to answer that question. Well, it's your income. And in most cases, in most households today, there are two incomes coming in, right? Well, what happens if one of them incomes goes away? But they're used to having to live and sustain their life. That's going to be a challenge, okay? So if you were to build a home, what's the most important part of that house? What do you think people might say?
Foundation.
Exactly. You've got to have a good, strong foundation for your house to stand. I mean, you wouldn't hire a contractor and say, just do it the cheapest way you can, right? You're going to spend good money to make sure that's done. Well, the first thing we got to look at in building a financial house is your income protection number, okay? This is where we're talking about the aspect of life insurance. I don't really like to use that term, and I'll share with you why that is shortly. We got to put an emergency fund in place. At least start with $1,000. That way, if your car breaks down, something major happens, you don't have to use a credit card and go into debt. Okay, you got to get out of debt. Can't go into retirement with debt, right? So we'll put a game plan in for that. Establishing your FIN number, financial independence number. So that's the amount of money you would need to accumulate while you're working. So when you retire, you can live the lifestyle you want and never have to worry about going back to work. Okay? If there's kids involved, let's talk about some college savings. And then you got to cap off your house with a legal protection plan and a will and identity theft, right? You got to protect all your assets in that aspect. Okay? Now, how important do you think it is to have a financial house, a solid financial house in play? Very important, right? So what we ask our clients is, how much money monthly can you commit to building a financial house? Everybody's situation is going to be different. Okay. Let's talk about now the foundation of the plan. So we're going to talk about life insurance, guys. And really, I like to use the term income protection. Okay, because unlike auto insurance, right? If you total your car, you can tap into that, replace your car. Home insurance, your house gets destroyed by a fire or something, you could tap into that, replace your house. Life insurance, you can't replace a life, but you can replace the income that life was generating. So that's why we like to use the term income protection. Now guys, there's two types of life insurance out there. Okay, you've got cash value life insurance. Okay, they name it whole life, universal life, indexed universal life, flexible premium adjustable life. The longer the name, the more complicated it is. Okay, but the basics of how they work is this. All right, so we're looking at a prime example of a family. We got John and Mary. They each have $100,000 of coverage. They're paying $225 a month for that. I think we could all agree, in today's society, right, how far is $100,000 going to go if something were to happen to one of them? It's going to be gone in a flash, guys. Okay. Now, out of that $225, about $80 goes to cover the life insurance cost. They're going to then take the other $145, put it into a savings account. Now, it's not, and I've seen, unfortunately, agents go out and sell this product as an investment, college savings, things like that. Now you can build cash value, and later in life, guess what? You'll have money you can take out of that account. Okay, but there are 4 funny banking rules that applies to these accounts or these policies that they do not disclose. So conceptually, these products are good products. Contractually, they're a nightmare. Okay, the reason is that these contracts are written by lawyers who work for the insurance company. So they don't make it easy for us to understand. Okay, but here are the 4 funny rules that apply to these. So Paul, if you were putting money into an account every month, would you expect that to start accruing automatically?
I'm hoping so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in this case, for the first 3 years, you have no money accumulating in that account. Okay? Does that sound like a good plan to start off with?
Not really.
Not really, okay? Why is that the case? Well, in these policies, there are high fees and expenses. So they'll take them out the first few years, as well as the money to pay the commission to the agent that sold it to you. Okay, so it's going to be a while before you see any accumulation in this account. Okay, number 2, most people are really uneducated when it comes to the market and investing, right? So people tend to be afraid of how that works. They don't want to lose their money. So they say, well, how about if we guarantee you 2 to 4% return? Okay, but yet the rate of inflation is what? About 3%. So are we even keeping up with inflation?
No.
Barely. Okay. Now the other thing is, over years, you know, because most people don't understand how this works, they continue to put money into these types of life insurance policies. So maybe 5-10 years down the road, they see there's money accumulated in that savings account. So the insurance company says, hey, you can borrow money from this account. Whose money is it?
Yours.
It's your money that you're putting in there, right? But yet they make you borrow it and pay them back 6 to 8% interest on your money. What a ripoff! By the way, it's probably gonna take about 3 to 6 months to get that money, so I hope you don't need it right now. okay? Now, pretty bad points to this policy already, would you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay, here's the worst point, okay? Now we have this example, John passes away, right? Now you would expect Mary would be able to get both the money and the insurance, right?
Right.
Well, unfortunately, she has to choose between the death benefit and what's in the savings account. So in this case, there's 76,000 in the savings account, right? There's 100,000 in life insurance. Which is she gonna choose?
100,000.
100,000. They gladly pay that out, but they're gonna keep the 76,000. So how much did they actually pay out then?
How much?
24,000. So you're paying for two things, but your beneficiaries only get one. Does that make any sense at all?
No.
So if you found out you had a policy that worked this way, how would you feel?
Not very good about the industry.
Right, right. You would feel deceived, taken advantage of. This is what's going on. This is the battle that we continue to fight on a daily basis, guys. Well, let's talk about the opposite, okay? So our motto with Primerica is buy term and invest the difference, okay? So for the same amount of money they're spending on the previous policy, we're gonna get them 250,000 of coverage each for that same $80. This is a 35-year level premium term policy, okay? Now, the additional 145 that was going into a savings account over there, we're gonna put that into a true investment in a Roth IRA that grows tax-free. So at age 65, they're gonna have about 265,000 of tax-free money. Now, the 4 rules we saw on the other side, let's show you how they apply to this concept here, okay? From the day one, that money will start accruing as you're investing. And this is talking about a true investment, okay? Now, how about a 9% rate of return on your investment instead of 2 to 4?
Wow, yeah.
Okay, that concept is very available in well-managed mutual funds, and this is what we'll educate our clients on as well, okay? Now, money accrues into that Roth IRA, guess what? When you need that money, you don't have to borrow it, it's yours.
Right.
You can ask for, you know, any amount you want. Money will be redeemed within 7 days, okay? So you'll get it pretty quickly. And you don't have to pay any interest back because it's your money, okay?
Okay.
Now the last concept, right? John passes away, unfortunately. Guess what? Because these products are no longer tied together, Mary gets both. She'll get the $250,000 of face amount for the life insurance, as well as the $265,000 you accumulated in the Roth IRA.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you own what's on the right, is there any way I can talk you into buying what's on the left?
Absolutely.
I'd have to talk you into it, right? But there's
Yeah.
no way I would do that.
No.
Okay, but if you own what's on the left, does it make sense to take advantage of what's available on the right?
Yeah, term.
Right. Term's the way to go, okay? So this is what's going on out there, guys. This is the education aspect of we teach our clients, right? And I've replaced thousands and thousands of policies with using this concept because it makes financial sense for the client, right?
Right.
Okay. Now let's talk about how to win the money game, right? And the reason, well, there's a lot of reasons Primerica doesn't sell whole life insurance. But one major one is that there's no need for life insurance for your whole lifetime. It's only while you have major liabilities. So let's talk about how to win the money game, okay? So this is what's called the theory of decreasing responsibility. So in the early years, you may need a lot of coverage. In the later years, you may not. Because in the early years, you don't have any money. In the later years, you better have money, right? So let's talk about this helps to protect you from dying too soon or living too long, okay? So again, you don't have any money in the first place. You're starting to accumulate money through your working life, okay? So again, that concept we talk about is what's called the FIN number, Financial Independence Number. We'll help establish that for our clients and make sure they're on track to achieve that. Now, in the early years, most people have major liabilities, right? Young children, consumer debt, a mortgage. Loss of income would be devastating at this point. But at retirement, we want to help our clients become debt-free. Okay, so that is considered your debt freedom day. We'll help establish that. Okay, but in the early years, you may need coverage, as we spoke of. So this is your income protection number that will help establish as well. Now, there are 3 things life insurance accomplishes, guys. Okay. Number 1, again, we can't replace a life, but we can replace that income that life was generating. Okay. Second thing, gonna pay off all the major liabilities, the mortgage, the debt, the college funding, whatever there is, okay? And then it's going to continue to ensure that the money will continue to be there for the future, for the surviving spouse and children, whoever's left behind, okay? So when you get to a point about the center of this, you're really starting to become self-insured. So when you get to retirement, the kids are grown, they're out on their own, for hopefully financially responsible for themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no longer a financial liability, the debt's paid off and there's no longer a mortgage, and you've accumulated $500,000 in your retirement assets. Is there really any need for life insurance still?
I don't know.
There's not. Pretty much self-insured.
Right, okay.
So have you ever heard of a company that wants to help people eliminate life insurance?
That's you guys.
That's us.
Wow.
That's why we don't sell whole life. We just do term and put together a complete, comprehensive financial game plan to make sure our clients get to that point, right? When you have a game plan like this in place and have a coach like me that can help you, you will become financially successful. But if you don't put a game plan together, you won't, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff's great to learn and know, but people always say, right, knowledge is power. Not true. Applied knowledge is power. So the question is, what are you going to do with the knowledge, right?
Right.
So when me and my wife learned about this stuff, we didn't just say, oh, this is great, we'll get to it someday. We started applying it from day 1. And thank God for that, because today we're in a great financial position. You know, we're not totally where we want to be, but we're really close, right? But if we wouldn't have started applying these things from the get, I don't know where I'd be financially today, to be honest with you.
Right.
And that's why, you know, I think you can tell I'm pretty passionate about what I do.
Absolutely.
Because it makes a huge difference in people's lives. Guys, I've paid, I think, 11 or 12 death claims since I've been here, personally.
Right.
Right? And I made a big difference in that family's financial situation. Right? It's a bittersweet kind of thing, right? Yeah, fortunately we lost a loved one, right? And everybody's affected by that. But, you know, as I always say, I could come to the wake, I can bring a dish, I could bring some food, or I can bring a check for 500 grand. Which do you prefer, right? I'll probably bring both, right? But it's a fact, guys. It's unfortunate today that people don't prepare enough. And we don't know when that day's coming, when we're gonna pass, do we? Nobody knows. But all you can do is try to prepare the best you can to ensure that your family's financial future is secure. All right, so I hope you guys learned something. You know, this is very important stuff. I'd love the opportunity to help
Give them a phone number
out there, guys. So you can reach me at 720-226-1159. My office is in Westminster. I'm a Colorado native. I've been here all my life, 5 generations, you guys, so, I mean, I'm just out to serve and do the best we can to help the people that need the help.
In other words, what he's saying, folks, he's not gonna sell you a policy, then go hide behind a desk. He
Sure.
is out there, he's in the community, he does, community events, and he's everywhere and anywhere. I mean, he loves, music, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, he likes out there. I mean, it's unfortunate, you know, we lost a mutual friend in Danny Valenzuela, and I think he was one of your good clients.
He was, yeah.
You know?
Great friend and client, and yeah, I just love helping the people I know and care about, man. And
Give him that phone number again.
720-226-1159. Feel free to reach out.
Email,
Let's
website.
Yeah, let's get time. Let's sit down and have a conversation. You know, doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of time. And hey, if I can make a huge difference financially for you and your family, why not?
You know, and a lot of people, they'll spend $150 on one sitting, going out to Denny's.
Oh yeah.
You know, one time.
Yeah.
And if you do that twice a month,
Yeah.
you spend half of that and eat at home, that 150 could be invested with you. Does that
Do a
kind
lot
of make
things with
sense?
that. Yeah.
It kind of makes
Well,
sense.
people spend $10 a day on Starbucks.
Yeah.
Right?
Tell me about it. You know, it's funny you said that because, my wife and my daughters, they spend all this money with the kids for Christmas,
Yeah.
iPhones and everything. All I bought was Starbucks cards. I got more love than any of them because I gave them Starbucks cards. You go, I'd like to get on their portfolio,
Right,
man.
right.
You
Well,
know?
just think about what a great gift something like this could be for your family, right? Instead of spending money on things that people are gonna get tired of and throw away, put it
Makes sense.
toward a great financial future for your family, right?
There you have it, folks. You know, I've been listening to him slowly but surely. You can't get it the first time. I don't think he could even get it the second time. It's like I told him, I go, when you advertise at a radio station, you got to listen to a commercial 10 times to understand half of what is being said. And if you don't get it the first time, he's
Yeah.
patient enough that he'll help you get it. You know, a lot of people, they think that all you're trying to see is, you know, kind of dig into their back pocket, and it's not like that. We're trying to help you dig into other people's back pocket.
Yeah.
Am I right? Kind of putting it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, let's put your money to work for you instead of for the banks, the insurance companies, all these other people that don't really care about you,
There
right?
you
All
go.
they're focused on is making a commission, and then they're off to the next one. I build lifetime relationships with my clients,
That's awesome.
you know, and that's important to me, you
That's
know.
awesome.
So,
Give him a website and phone number again, and
GuyLuceroPrimerica.com is my email. Again, phone number is the easiest way to contact me, 720-226-1159. Give me a call, man. Let's have a conversation. Get on my schedule.
and go Broncos.
Come and see me. Yeah, let's go Broncos. Huh?
There you go, Guy DeSero. It's always a pleasure having you on with us. As you can hear the thing, our time is up. Thank you all for listening and watching the KUHS. We invite you to tune in for programs like this to better enrich our lives and entertain our years, all right? I'm Paul Chavez, live from the studios of KUHS, Northglenn, Colorado. Thank you, world. Thank you, Denver, for listening. And as Guy says, go Broncos. See you next time. Love your show. We got to go.